Hey everyone, welcome to another session of basically just talking about e-commerce. Really, it's just having a bit of a chat about e-commerce conversation, I guess. If you're joining me live, my name is Peter Moinero, and if you're joining me live, just put a hashtag live into the chat, and if you're joining the replay, put a hashtag replay. What are these sessions all about? It's just really just a casual talk about e-commerce and some of the things that I've actually done with e-commerce. Just giving you a little bit of insight to maybe, mindsets like I started off with this week. What sort of products to that you could actually probably start to sell, all those sorts of things. It was just anything and everything about e-commerce. And good to see you there, Dr. Lisa. I'm not too sure what time it is there where you are, but it's awesome to have you. And also Chanel, awesome to have you here too as well. So like I said, this is just kind of like just a bit of a talk about e-commerce, and maybe if you just want to put in the chat what you're actually doing, if you're doing any e-commerce sites, what you're actually doing in terms of e-commerce. Maybe you want to ask me some questions. There's another sort of like opportunity to maybe connect with me and ask me some questions about possibly what you're doing in terms of what products you're selling or what challenges you're having. Just put them in the chat. I'd like to know, actually. I know Dr. Lisa's got an awesome niche for her store. And I think we're just about ready to launch it, aren't we, Dr. Lisa? Or have you launched it already? Because I don't think I've got the memo. But put it in there if you have launched it or not. And if you are having any challenges, just let me know. And then maybe I can just sort of give you some advice or some tips. But anyway, tonight, it's tonight here, by the way. I know it's actually morning time for Dr. Lisa, 6 a.m. in the morning. Well, thank you for being up and watching this. So tonight's, I guess, sort of what we're going to be talking about is suppliers. And I have spoken about suppliers in the past on various streams. I'm just going to go over it again because there are a few things about suppliers that you should really know. And one of the things is that when you're engaging with suppliers, you really need to get all the nuts and bolts about everything. You need to ask them everything, prices, if say for instance, if you're actually buying bulk, and you've got to, and especially if you're getting them from China, if you're getting products from China, you're buying in bulk and you're getting it shipped to you. You really want to be able to sort of make sure that you've sort of crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's, because at the end of the day, you don't want to get any surprises, because this has happened to me. And I imported a trailer from China, trailers that you can't really get over here, and I didn't realize the cost didn't actually cover things like duty or import tax, all those sorts of things. So you really need to make sure that you actually get all those sorted out before you make the purchase. So those are the sorts of things. And FOB means freight on board. So really, it means they'll pay for all the costs up until the product is actually on the ship. Let's just say, because it's a pallet of goods, they'll pay for all the costs till it's actually on board the ship. After that, all the other costs fall on you. All right. So I have been down that track, and I have actually imported items here to New Zealand. And you actually have to make sure too as well that you, when you're doing importing, you literally have to get a license. And there are brokers that can actually do import brokering for you. So they can actually do it on your behalf. So you don't actually have to have the import license, but then that's another fee that you actually have to pay. What's Dr. Lisa saying? No, not yet. Domain challenges. Okay. Sorry I couldn't be on today's session today for Power Hour Plus. I was actually out of town. But yeah, maybe we can catch up about that, Dr. Lisa, at next week. All right, but if you're having any other challenges, things like product challenges, or not too sure where to get your products from, what type of suppliers that you should be looking for. Tonight's session or today's session is going to be pretty much about suppliers. And I'm just going to show you one supplier directory. I'm not going to. There's quite a few different supplier directories, but this is one that I first started with back. I think it's kind of like it was about 2006, maybe 2000, late 2006 or early 2007, that I actually I came across this directory. And back then, it didn't have as many suppliers on their list as what they do now. But I found it really, really handy, and it's just evolved. And probably the great thing about it too, as well, it was founded by two New Zealanders, Mark Ling and I think Simon Slade from New Zealand. And it's been around for such a long time. And they've actually got Mark Ling has got quite a bit of a name in the internet world when it comes to affiliate marketing and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to put the screen up. Now, the site is called SaleWho, and I have actually spoke about this many times in the past. Let me just get this. All right. So this is SaleWho, and it's basically a wholesaler and dropshipper directory. So it's very, very handy. It's a global directory. They have got, as it says there, 8,000 plus pre-vetted, and they're all pre-vetted. So there's no concern about, sort of getting a dodgy supplier or dodgy dropshipper. These are all vetted. So that's really important. Okay. It's really important that that they're all pre-vetted, because the last thing you want is to get a dropshipper or a supplier that will, that kind of sort of runs you around and, sort of doesn't do what they say they're going to do and all that. So these guys are all pre-vetted, which is really cool. The other thing is too, as well, you can go onto the site, and then you can actually sort of find, like, I guess, products, filter out products that you may be interested in. So let me show you. I'm going to go in there now. Cool. I'm in. This is where you come to now. I'm actually on a lifetime plan for this. I think it cost me something like about 99 US, and I'm talking about quite a few years ago. I don't know what it costs now. I can't really. I've tried to look for the pricing for this, but I can't really find it. But I guess when you first start up, it will ask you if you want to upgrade to the lifetime plan. But yeah, I'm on a lifetime plan. I think that's really cool, because I don't really want to pay a monthly subscription for a directory. And this always gets updated, which is really cool as well. Let me just show you some of the features in here. We've got, with the directory, we've got find suppliers. Of course, your favorites are the ones that you've chosen. You've got labs here, discover products, compare products, and saved product ideas, and then of course saved filters, product trends. We'll have a look at this one here, product trends and discover products. And then you've got some resources here, things about drop shipping, your complete guide to drop shipping success, selling tips, product marketing, importing and customs. That's a really good one. Actually, if I can recall, that wasn't there right from the beginning when I started, but I can't even recall that being there in the last sort of 12 months. So this is kind of new. Selling on eBay and Amazon, this is handy. These things are actually handy if you are looking at selling on eBay and Amazon. I've actually mentioned in the past that Amazon is quite tricky to actually sell on. It's very, very complex, very complicated, a lot of red tape and all that sort of thing. But, people are doing it. So at the end of the day, not everybody makes it on Amazon. There are a lot of failures, I should say, when it comes to people trying to sell on Amazon. So it's not actually not everybody on Amazon are doing very well, and that is a known fact. So if you're going to jump onto Amazon, something like Amazon, it really pays to have a lot of time up your sleeve, because there's a lot to actually learn about it. There's a lot to actually in terms of implement. And then when you're talking about gated or ungated products, there's a lot to learn about that as well. General products is pretty good, but when it comes to health products, beauty products, all those sorts of things, those all come, anything that comes under those categories, it all gets gated. So you want to make sure that when you get into that sort of thing, that you're prepared for a lot of backwards and forwards with the admin and support, because sometimes when you actually list a product, for whatever reason, it may not you may not be able to list it. And so if you've ordered a lot of product coming from, say, for instance, China, to come to be delivered to Amazon so that they can actually store it and deliver it on your behalf, then and then your product doesn't actually get ungated, I guess it is, then that's a lot of waste of money. All right, but let's go through this. So this is a directory. Sale Who is a directory. It's a directory of all the, not all, but quite a lot of suppliers and wholesalers all around the globe. All right, and so we're going to go into, let's just talk about product trends. I want to have a look at that. We update trend groups each week. There are 5,000 products added to the Sale Who lab. Each week we analyze them all to see what trends emerge, use the trends to identify related products to sell, niches that can be targeted. Okay, got it. Let's just click on that. So these are trending products. It's good to see that there's actually some high ticket ones in there. So those are very cool. Smartwatches are always trending. This is interesting. Cameras. Now this is kind of like an old, I would think that was an old, it's an instant film camera. Wow. Are cameras coming back into trend again? Could be. I'm not too sure. But if they are, I mean, it's probably it's probably is really, because I mean, when you look at like vinyl went out as soon as like CDs and all that came in. And then you got digital music downloads and stuff like that, and kind of vinyl disappeared, but now it's made a comeback, and now it's in vogue. And lots of people I know here in New Zealand are actually buying vinyl records, and not just like that generation, but people of the young generation as well. So hey, they probably have bell bottoms coming in soon and flares. So, which is not a bad thing. I used to like flares when I was in the 70s. But yeah, I mean, hey, we've got GoPros here as well. Okay, so that's kind of what's like. What else is trending here? Wireless earphones. Yeah, they always trend as well. Cookware. Okay, so it gives you some ideas, right? That this is what this site is all about. Cosmetics, nail polish. These are all pretty much like, I would say, trending all the time anyway. So it's not like they're actually sort of here today, gone tomorrow, that they're this month's flavor or anything like that. A lot of these products are just trending anyway. All right, so let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's go into labs again, and let's go to discover products. So now we've got a bit of a, I would say, a filter here. And what you can actually do is that you can either go for all products, or you can actually select a category or a niche, if you like. And one of my favorite ones is, of course, pet supplies. So I'm going to put pet supplies there and see what it all comes up with. Okay, so there's a range of bird cages, and I don't know what that is. Top entry cat litter. Okay, top entry cat litter. What else? Grooming kit. There's a few things here. What I can do now is I can actually have a look at the sell rate. How sellable is this product? What sort of sell rate does it have? So if I selected this and I actually made maybe about a 60% sell rate, which is, like slightly higher than average, right? That camera trend is surprising. Yeah. But, even the Instamatics are coming out now where you can actually get the photo straight away. The old Instamatics, I think they used to call them Instamatics. And even those now are actually very popular with young people these days. They actually get the photos straight away. I think, novelties actually sort of kind of like, they kind of get a bit outdated, like, with the phone cameras and all that. But when you sort of come up with something like what we used to have back in the day, like these Instamatic cameras and all that, it's kind of cool that it's coming back in vogue again, and the young ones are really taking to it. So, it's trends, right? It's just like I think young ones think it's cool, and I know back in my day, Polaroids. That's it. Polaroids were really, really cool back in the day, and especially like color Polaroids, and you just get the photo and you go like this to try and sort of hurry up the process so that you can actually see the photo, and then boom, and they were really cool. So it was kind of like taking a photo on a phone. You had it right there straight away. So I think young ones are really sort of intrigued by that, and they're just making it popular again. I know vinyls are really back in at the moment, and like you can get stereo record players and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it seems like the digital age is kind of, it's not as sort of like superior as it was before. But the other thing, and something interesting, when I was watching the news, there was a guy buying vinyl records, and the interviewer asked him, "Why would you buy a vinyl record? Why not just, get digital downloads or whatever?" A lot of music now is played on Spotify, and he just said, to the interviewer that, in some ways you actually don't own the music. You're actually renting it when it's on Spotify, but when you got a vinyl, you actually own it. So, I think he had a really good valid point there. And the other thing is that, just having the vinyl and all that, it's just something, kind of personal. But yeah, anyway, look, I've done a sell rate here. Now this is for pet products, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an average price. I'm probably going to go to the top end, which is 300, and then I'm going to sort of come into like a maybe minimum sort of 45 to 300. Okay, so that's my price range. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for products between the $45 and $300 mark. Now it's got competition here. Do I want to compete with high competition? Do I want products that actually, that have got high competition? So there's a lot of competitors out there selling this one. Or do I want low or medium? I think I'm just going to try low. Let's have a look. Let's just see. Oh, well, we've got to get rid of all these. Get rid of that. Get rid of that one, and then we'll just go low. Let it do its thing. So at the moment, these are the products that are actually selling fairly well. Low competition, and let me just see. Well, I'm more or less interested in dogs, so there's only kind of like, there's a feeder, a pet grooming dryer, possibly. Might be a good thing. Not a lot. So like, I mean, I don't have, there's a lot of kind of aquarium things, but at the end of the day, I'm just looking for something that really sort of throws itself at me. What's this one? Oyster Equine Care Series 7. That's a grooming set, pet feeder. These may be actually quite good to actually for me to sell. I actually have a sort of a dog related type sort of e-commerce store, so maybe something like that I would probably sell, and it's it's a average price is 177. So, and it's got a 75% sale rate. So that's above the 60 that I put on there. This one here's got about 100% sale rate, but pity I'm not selling aquariums. And the thing with aquarium, okay, so here's the other thing. All right, so things like aquariums, I don't know if I'd really sell, only because of the glass and all that sort of thing, and like, delivery, all that sort of type of thing. So I'm really being kind of like particular about what I'm going to sell. I'm making sure that it's something that I'm not going to have any sort of comeback on. Dog camera Furbo, dog camera treat tossing. Oh, right. So you can actually, whoa, okay, that's not bad. Let's have a look at this. So this is actually a treat tossing HD Wi-Fi cam, two-way. You can see your dog in front of it, and then I guess you can talk to your dog, and then say good boy, and then you get the thing to actually throw it a treat. All right. So, and now when you actually click on it, these are the potential suppliers. All right. So if you have a look out over here, they've got ship worldwide. Yes, for some of them, not all of them. I'm not sure what fashion and accessories is doing in there, but that's a wholesaler. This is the dropshipper here and accessories. Why would they be sending something like that? So you really got to have a look at these and think, well, like here and accessories Inc., they probably wouldn't sell any pet products, but let's have a look at, say, there's only really wholesalers here. I could probably discount that one there as being that dropshipper there. Let me just go into more suppliers and see what happens there. All right. Okay, so that really sort of that came back with nothing really. But at the end of the day, I'm sure I'm going to be able to find that product somewhere, and maybe track down a dropshipper. Another one here is a pet stuff tower for food storage. Yep. So as you can see, and that's about it really. So for that price range, for that sell rate, and for low competition, this is what I got. All right. I guess if I put it up to medium competition, I'll probably get more products, which I have already. And let's have a look. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. I think if you go high competition, maybe you'll get more products. All right, I don't really see a difference there, but so I can find it. Okay. Must be having a bit of a moment. But anyway, look, this is a directory. So this is what this was all about, was really kind of showing you somewhere where you can actually get products. Obviously, pet products are not the only thing in there. You can actually just, find suppliers or whatever. But if you come over here, you can go to a niche. Sports and goods and entertainment is another good one. So baby gear, fashion, always good. Home and garden, health and beauty. Let me just have a look at the health and beauty side. And I'll just make this the last one. Keyword. Okay, got to have a keyword. Okay, let's just put in makeup. All right. Now, if you've been on any of my other sort of, like, I think it was possibly a few weeks ago, I'm not absolutely sure, but I did, when I do my regular sort of like Thursday Groove Cart sessions, I spoke about coal imports. And I don't know if any of you have actually been there to that site, but Coal Imports is a family-owned business. It was founded by a family in the US, and it's family-run. And they do like big sort of bulk orders, or they do drop shipping. And a lot of their bulk orders are very, very cheap. I used to actually get a lot of stuff from them and sell it on Amazon. But yeah, so that's coal imports. You can see there's the brand there. Okay, all right, so maybe I'll just go by price. And I think at the end of the day, you need to be looking for things that will actually give you a good profit margin as well. Oh, interesting. Okay, batteries, right? Okay, so batteries. Batteries are actually gated when it comes to Amazon. You have to get them ungated. They won't allow you to sell batteries unless you get authorization to sell them with Amazon. So that's another thing because of the what's in them. Yeah. Anyway, you get the drift. This is kind of something you can actually use to find products. Just another way to find products. It's been around for a long time. The great thing I like about these guys is that they vet all their suppliers and all their drop shippers. In fact, if I was to go to a drop shipper here, let's go to find a supplier. And I want to go pet supplies. And then you can actually link up with the supplier more or less straight away. So interesting. iPhone retro cassette case. Oh, okay, that's the cover. Let's have a look at this. Crazy novelty guy. Got locations here. I'm going to go United States. Oh, they got Australia. So there's all these different countries you can sort of get locations for. There's even New Zealand. Okay, let's have a look at that. Let's see what's in New Zealand. Maybe they deliver to New Zealand. Anyway, okay, so okay, we'll get rid of that one, and we'll just only get the ones that are New Zealand. I wonder, one supplier. Okay, nothing. But anyway, and that's for pet supplies. If I go all, let me just see what I get. So who supplier, soul time, skincare, this is interesting. That's pretty cool. I can tell you this much now. A while back when I actually came into here, you very rarely find a New Zealand supplier because really like drop shipping or anything like that wasn't a thing in New Zealand, and actually before COVID. And I think now since COVID, it's actually really boosted it. So there's not a lot, but there's some in there, which nothing too exciting from my liking, but hey. But this is where you can go. You can actually sort of like just select supplier type. I'm going to go drop shippers, and then I'm going to sort of change the country. I'm going to take New Zealand out of there. We don't need it. We okay. Take that out of there. I'm just going to go United States. Okay, must be at the top. There we go. And ships worldwide, doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter if it ships worldwide. And then so now we get to the drop shippers, and I'm just going to go for something that kind of sticks out to me. Ultimate Shield Apparel. What's this one? Bambini infant wear. Okay, this may be quite a good one. So I'm going to click on this. And so what that does, it takes you to the actual profile of this company. And then you can actually have a look in here, their information, their product range, all that sort of things. You've got these links here. You can go to the catalog, and that's their catalog. They've got infant boy t-shirts, short sleeve, one piece, 5-pack, blah, blah, blah. Quite a big range. You can have a look at their site by just going view website, and you can see you'll be able to see what they've got on their store. All right, so that's Bambini. Looks pretty cool. That's really cool. I kind of like that. So if you were doing a toddler or infant wear type sort of a store, maybe look at that. And they've got it here, e-commerce dropship program right there. So you can join up. All right, so pretty much that's it. You can obviously see the supplier's website. You can save it. You can add tags. You've got a lot of information here. Let me just click on this. Oh, you can actually download the product catalog here if you wanted to. So there's lots of valuable pieces of information and resources that you can actually get. So it's something that you wouldn't have been able to get if you were just kind of just doing going to their site, and they've got it all here. They've got like downloads of the catalog, things like that. So that's a really cool feature to have. And this is also important to actually read the slide here where it says the supplier type. So they're also wholesalers. So they do sell bulk. Obviously, you can get items a lot cheaper if you buy bulk rather than drop ship. So if you do actually get them delivered to you, then you can actually just drop ship from your premises. Or if you're doing Amazon, you can actually get the bulk sent to Amazon. And I think you may be able to, if I go back to the site here, there's something about Amazon here. Okay, so expand. So these guys here, if they're actually if they're sort of like promoting like Amazon, expand your market, blah blah blah. If they're doing all that, that means that they will actually make sure that these are all packaged properly in the right sort of size boxes, if you like, or packages, so that when it gets to Amazon, it's all ready to actually deliver out. Because if it's not, Amazon will charge you to actually repackage them, and it can get quite expensive. So it's kind of like if they can actually, and I think they would be able to, if they have them pre-packaged to the right sort of requirements of Amazon, then a lot of that work is done, which is really cool. So if you're going to get into Amazon and you're going to do bulk stuff, then this is ideal. All right, so let's have a look. Maybe they are craving for authenticity. I think I got that right. Authenticity. Yeah. If you're talking about the young ones sort of like getting into some of this nostalgic stuff that we used to get into, well, we were so nostalgic back in those days. I mean, I actually had a lot of mates that actually had a record collection. I know we had a record collection at home. Polaroid cameras, I think transistor radios was a big thing back in the day too as well, just to have a little portable transistor radio. So I think those things are all kind of coming back in again, which is kind of really cool, and just takes a roundabout. I know flares came back in. I don't know if they're still in. I mean, the fashion is now really diverse today. Then it's not kind of like one trend each year type sort of thing. Fashion is like any trend. There's no particular trend at all. It's just whatever you make it, right? And so, I guess flares are back in as well. But I remember that sort of it became quite popular back in the 2000s. Might have been about maybe early 2000s or even maybe late 90s. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I think you'll like my latest design. Cool. All right, that sounds cool. I'm looking forward to that, Dr. Lisa. Anyway, look, that's it for this week. I just need to remind everybody, okay, that we do actually have a site where you can go and purchase different courses related to, various things. If you can see here, there's a whole bunch of things. What's this one? Entrepreneur Masterclass. Wow, that's cool. So there's a whole lot of different range of things here. You can come onto the site. It's actually iSummit360.com. And my one's sitting in there somewhere, which is iSummit360.com/ecom. And there it is there. Okay, so that's $97. basically covers a lot of things about e-commerce. You can't cover everything about e-commerce because it's actually it's a big monster, and it's forever evolving. It's a bit like AI, but actually with the introduction of AI, it's been really a lot more easier to actually to do e-commerce, in the sense to get it all set up, find products, all those sorts of things. So I cover those sorts of things in the course as well, like the AI side of things. If you're going to use AI, well, you should be using AI. Oh, you still see that one? Okay. Oh, okay. What was I showing you before? Okay. Let me stop that. Thanks for letting me know. I'm going to get rid of that one. I wonder, was there any other pages that you couldn't see? Okay. Let me just try this again. All right. So this is if I go back to the, let me just see if you guys saw this one. I don't know if you saw this one. Did you see the baby one? That one? Oh, you did. Must have. Okay, cool. You still see beam. Yep. Okay. Okay, let's go back to here. So this is the iSummit site. Everything else was great. Cool. Thank you, Dr. Lisa. So this is the iSummit one, and this is where you can sort of get all various different courses. There's some free ones by the looks. I don't know if they're all courses. Hang on. Improve your leadership skills and become a better leader. Okay, cool. What else? Yeah, anyway, this is the site. So come along to the site. That's isummit360.com. And then I'm just going to put my one up there, which is the for ecom. All right, and so here we are. It's $97, and like I said, I just sort of covered, what I just said before is that, I'm covering things like suppliers, dropshippers, and suppliers. There's no reason why you can't buy bulk if you really wanted to. In some cases, if you live outside of the US and the product's only available from the US, then it may be a good idea to buy bulk and then sell it here, which I have done in the past. I've sold on our national, kind of like a Craigslist. It's a really watered down version of Craigslist. It's actually, we call it Trade Me, and that's what we have here in New Zealand. It's a very, very popular site, and you can just sell stuff on there as well. Oh no, not that, not the website. What do you mean, Dr. Lisa? Oh no, not the website. Anyway, yeah. So, like I said, I'm covering a lot of stuff in the course: suppliers, dropshippers, finding a niche product, how to find a niche product, in a sense, like how to sort of pick your niche, building a store, all those sorts of things, and what else? Marketing, social media, SEO. So really covering a lot so that it kind of gets you, going. Now, there's a lot of work. Yes, it is a lot of work. Building an e-commerce site can take a long time if you're kind of just starting out, or you're still kind of sort of like getting the feel for it. But once you do get the feel for it, and it's only really practice, really, it's only just keeping at it. Once you do, you start getting a lot better at it, and then like I know, for me, I know what suppliers to use and what suppliers not to use. That's really important. I have had conversations with manufacturers in China, and the way that you need to actually communicate with them, and so that so both parties can actually come to a really good deal, I guess, for either side, and be able to get some of the things that you wanted to try to achieve out of that whole sort of arrangement. So all those sorts of things, it's really important when you're actually doing e-commerce, because you've got to have relationships, and sometimes just speaking with them or communicating with them is really, really cool. The other thing is that everybody thinks that things should just come from China, but here's some other places that you should actually really look into. One is Taiwan. A lot of stuff used to be made in Taiwan decades ago, and it kind of sort of earned itself a not such a great name, made in Taiwan sort of thing, especially here in New Zealand. But there are some good stuff coming out of there now. India is another one. Turkey. I would look at Singapore as well. So there's a lot of different places now that you can kind of like look into. So do the exercise. Just have a look around. If you are actually looking for something new or something related to your niche, and look into other countries. There was a I forgot what it was called now. India Mart. There you go. This is kind of like the Alibaba of India, if you like. Why do you know that? I don't really want to log in. Keeps taking me back to the... All right, so this is like the Alibaba of India. Okay, and so you can get a lot of stuff from here as well. India is actually quite sort of like, it's quite huge. It's got a huge market over there. So in terms of things, like when it comes to products. So look into it. And like I said, Taiwan, Turkey, those sorts of countries, Singapore, doesn't have to just be like China. All right, that's me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session. We actually carried on a lot longer than I thought we would. This is kind of like a groove card session, but anyway, it's just to sort of spin ideas, and I guess once I get sort of into e-commerce, I get a little bit carried away, and then I just start sort of going on a little bit more than I should be. But weekend's coming up, so enjoy your weekend. Hopefully you're working on your projects in terms of like your e-commerce projects. If you do actually have any questions and you want to reach out to me, just reach out to me on my Facebook. I'm pretty good at getting back to people. It has been a little bit slow these days because I've been busy with a couple of other things, but I will answer your message. But just reach out to me, and so happy to sort of like give advice or a few tips. But anyway, that's me, guys. Hopefully you have a great weekend, and speak to you next week. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.